Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Swags Legends. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Calvin. Calvin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We're excited to get to know you a little better and get you in some new gear. So let's head inside.
Thank you.
So Calvin, talk to me about how you came to be involved with Swags.
So yeah, I work at Jewish hospital, and Swags every once a month or so comes to the hospital and lets employees, patients, anybody come and buy shoes. And I've just kind of gotten to know you all recently because I'm addicted to shoes and I love to look at new running shoes every chance I get.
Perfect. And so how long have you been working at U of L Health? What's been your journey? How did you get into it?
Yeah, I've been at U of L Health about 2.5 years, a little over that. And I've just got out of college, knew I wanted to work in healthcare, needed observation hours for later schooling, and found Fraser, and I've been there ever since.
When you're working, obviously for running, we know that good shoes are important, but how have the right shoes been important to you in the workplace environment?
It's huge because I'm on my feet all day. I'm constantly working with patients, and so having a good pair of shoes saves my back a ton. Just if I've noticed when I have the wrong pair of shoes on my back, by the end of the day, it's just shot and I'm in a lot of pain.
As we discussed, the shoes are really important, so we're delighted to partner with one of our brands, Saucony, today, and we're gonna get you fitted in some new shoes and find what might be the right pair for you, and we can kind of go from there and try some other stuff as well. So yeah, if you want to follow me, we can kind of head over here and start to get fitted.
Awesome.
So yeah, obviously we've been coming to the hospital a little while now. What do you think the general reaction's been to us being in the hospital?
Everybody that I've talked to loves it. Not for their bank account, but every time everybody gets super excited to come down and see what you all brought that time. And a lot of them especially love that they can make suggestions as to what you all bring, so they can try new stuff out every time you all come.
For sure. Do you think there's been a general shift in your workplace towards that health and wellness, taking care of yourself more, at least in the years you've been working there?
Yeah, so I've noticed a lot, especially people that I've worked with, a lot of them didn't even realize how a good shoe and good everything can help out with just day-to-day life. So they've come in really old, beat up shoes that have no cushion left, and then they change into a shoe that you all bring, and they're like, oh, I didn't realize shoes could be this comfortable. So it's a lot of people just kind of getting the education on how you can protect your knees, your back, and everything else just with a good pair of shoes has been nice to see.
Perfect, awesome. So I understand you're a pretty keen runner as well. Talk to me about your running journey a little bit.
Yeah, so after I graduated college, I finished playing basketball, and I realized I need something for competition and just staying in shape. So I ended up talking to one of my patients that I worked with, and she was a big runner. And I started getting into running half marathons. I've done 3 of those and now training for my first full marathon.
Awesome. So you mentioned you've done a couple of the minis then. Yeah. Which ones have you done? Which ones have you enjoyed the most?
Yeah, so I've done the Derby Festival mini marathon the last 3 years, and I think that's probably one of my favorite races. I just know I will do that one for the rest of my life because I enjoy the environment. I'm from Louisville, so I know Derby's a huge deal here. And so being able to run that race as part of the Derby Festival is always a lot of fun.
Sweet. How do you balance that between the training for that and being on your feet a lot at work? Is that a tough one to manage?
Yeah, sometimes it's a little tougher just because my legs are kind of exhausted. I walk around a few miles every day at work, and so getting those miles in after work just kind of takes a little bit of discipline and reminding myself what the end goal is and how much I do enjoy that process.
Sure. So you mentioned basketball as well. Was that a big part of your life?
Yeah, so I played basketball my entire life. I played in college, played high school. So yeah, it was finding out what to do after that ended was a big shock to the system.
Yeah, for sure. Where did you play at college?
I played at a small school in Wilmore, Kentucky called Asbury University.
Nice. Nice. And so yeah, I know that transition after finishing a sport or any hobby and having to retire or give it up and finding something else is really tough, finding another purpose. So has running been that for you? Has it been your work, or are you still kind of on that journey maybe?
Yeah, running has been great for me. Just giving me something to do. 1, stay in shape. 2, just to push myself the way I pushed myself my entire basketball career. So it's nice to have that kind of transition into my everyday life.
Okay, so you've had the chance to try the rides out running. How do they feel?
Oh, they feel great. I love how the cushion feels, the insert I've never actually used, so this is a good feeling to have that extra support on my arch. That's great.
Yeah, and you look like you're running great in them as well, really smooth. So I'm happy with that choice, and yeah, I'm glad you like them.
All right, thank you.
Perfect. So Calvin, you're from Louisville. What's it been like growing up here? What are your favorite things to do in the area?
So yeah, I love living here. I've lived here since I was 10 years old. I love how One Swags integrates with the community really well. I see them as sponsors for lots of races. Personally, in my free time, I love to golf. I think there's lots of golf courses that I love around the city. So I love getting to play new ones pretty much every time, and I have that option to play as many as I'd like.
Obviously, summer's here. You want to look good when you're running, so you feel good. We are lucky to have been able to partner with Tifosi, and we have a great range of sunglasses for you to choose from. So if you want to have a look, we can get you kitted out in some of those.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Let's see what you go for. Okay, so we know the importance as well of great nutrition, and we're right here by our nutrition stand. I'm curious whether you've tried any of our brands and what your preferences are.
Yeah, so I think my go-to brand has always been Goo, especially the strawberry banana or the tri-berry flavor. I know those react really well with my system, and I've never had any stomach issues while in a long run, because that's always something I'm really aware of, and I try new brands to see what works best, and for me, I think Goo's works the best.
Perfect. Is there anything that like crosses over as well, like into the hospital setting that you might use in that environment as well, or do you kind of keep things a little more separate?
I keep things separate, but I can definitely see where like something like the Stinger waffles and the sport beans and stuff could help out with somebody, especially nurses and other people who have really long shifts. They've got like sometimes 12, 13-hour shifts, and they need something to kind of pick them up mid-shift to like get them through the rest of the day, or especially night.
Okay, Calvin, thanks so much for coming by. It was great to get to know you, and we're delighted to have you as a Swags legend.
Thank you. I really appreciate everything you all have done.
And a special thank you to our sponsors, Saucony, CP, Curex, and Tifosi. Without them, none of this would be possible. See you in the next one.